We got Tiff South with us today.
Good afternoon. Tiff South on the Twitters and the Instagrams. Tiff with 2 F's.
Yeah. What's popping in Four Corners? How's life over there?
It's going well. I've just been so busy at work. But things are going well, moving. Podcast is still moving.
Like your head?
Coaching is still moving.
Like your head?
Hit me up. How Does She Do It podcast on iTunes, or excuse me, Apple Podcasts, as it's now called.
Okay.
Yeah. Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, anywhere you listen to podcasts.
You gotta hit me to this whole podcast movement.
I sure do.
Yeah,
It's
really,
excellent.
Really do need to.
I got a whole bunch I can recommend to you.
Yeah. No, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I want to do it. So I need you to kind of swing me on.
I got you. I got you covered.
Right.
I got you covered.
Gee, what's good, man?
Hey, great day out here. Nice weather. Good to be here. Glad to be in the building.
Shout out to my niece Amani, who had a birthday.
Happy belated.
Love you, mama. All right, Gee, let's get it on. 4 o'clock in the big city. Hold on, let me see. We about a minute away. And that clock is showing 4, but I'm not going by that one.
Okay. All right, now my phone.
Now it's 4.
Yeah.
So Gee, let's get it popping. Hold on.
WPPM LP, Philadelphia.
I've been waiting so long for this. Knew I was gonna get the chapter back in the beginning. And if you want it, you can have it. You got it. I've been waiting a long time for this. I've been waiting so long for this. Knew I was about to get it way back in the beginning. And if you want it, you can have it. You just gotta stick with it. I've been waiting a long time for this. I deserve it. I've been working in the time to see. Knew it was open on the sea way back in the beginning. If you want it, you can have it. You just gotta stick with it. I've been waiting a long time.
Yeah.
Secret Show. Kenneth L. Johnson.
What's good?
We got our main man Will. Alberta's on her way.
It's the Career Secret Show live on
Send your career questions to leave a comment, and we'll try and get
I'm
to
your
the
host of the
show.
world's #1 diversity recruiter, Kenneth L. Johnson, and I've been waiting a long time to bring you the Career Seekers team. Tiffany Southerland, career coach. Alberta Bertolino, recruitment coach. Videographer Will Martin, and together we are your #1 source for career and job search information. We'll be back after the break.
If you have resume career questions,
The Career Seekers Show
LinkedIn
on
questions,
WPPM-FM Philadelphia. Insightful advice.
bad work relationship questions, because I got a couple of those on the last podcast I was interviewed on. So we can answer those questions as we've been seeing it all from where we're at. Y'all see my red mic?
It's the Career Secret Show live on WPPM LP Philadelphia. Kenneth L. Johnson, Tiffany Southerland, Will Martin in the building, AB on her way. We do it again. We do this every Wednesday from 4 to 5. Tiff was really good.
I'm so happy to be back. I was so sad I wasn't here last week.
We missed you.
I missed y'all too.
You know, I don't really like telling people that I miss them, but yeah, I miss you.
I appreciate it. But it was it's been a good week. My birthday happened, and it was a beautiful thing.
I had told the listeners that you partied out.
I did.
And then you couldn't come in on
Oh,
Wednesday.
here you go.
So I know what it was. You know, I missed you, but no disrespect to last week. Alberta was here holding us down. We had Stacy from PHL. We had Charmaina and Robin in the building from PHL. They didn't want to really get on the mic, but they were in the building. It was a good look. Yeah, you missed one last week. It was really a good look.
I know. I mean, the thing is that whenever we have guests in the studio, the 3 of us, whether it's only 2 of us or 3 of us all together, we are so lucky to have some really great people come in and talk with us.
Man, great people, great personalities. You start to realize how many good people are out here.
Right.
Incredible.
Exactly. And people always talking. You always hear so much about the negative, and you don't realize that when you just look within your own network, there are just so many amazing people that each of us know individually that now we know collectively because we're all a part of the show.
Good point. So let's just back up a little to this birthday celebration. So it's my understanding from the people in the Brooklyn Neighborhood Association that you were in Brooklyn with a crowd of people having a really good time. Is this a true story?
It is a true story.
Okay.
So I went with some of my very, very closest friends, and my younger sister came out as well.
Yeah.
And we had brunch at a spot called BK9.
Hold on, does the younger sister have a name? Like, is she just going to be
Alexis.
Okay,
Alexis.
all right.
She's the shy one of the four of us,
Really?
but she's the coolest as well. Like
Okay.
she's just so low key.
I like it.
Yeah, we just had brunch. There was live music.
Okay.
And it was a really good time. And I actually look forward to going back to that same spot to help support.
That sounds like a good look. Will, we didn't get an invite to that.
Because it was all ladies. Y'all can't come to that.
More importantly, we didn't get an invite to this all ladies event.
Yes, you didn't. But next time I might do something co-ed.
Next time.
Next year, you
That means next year. That means next year. But we got a lot of reasons to celebrate, right?
You know what? I have some great reasons to celebrate.
Let's talk about
because
it.
today at my Connect to Work class, I had David Cullen and Ed Hamler from Benefits Data Trust. They came through and spoke to our career seekers in the Connect to Work class. Really put it down. They spoke to them about BDT and also just about what to do tomorrow when they attend the Temple University Career Fair.
Okay.
It's a class project for them, so they're going to take a class trip to the career fair and blow everybody away. I'm positive of that.
Okay.
My class is so gangster. It's crazy. I
Your
love my
classes
class.
are always really good.
Yeah, I love my class.
So what are the components of this project that you, in trying to prepare them for this career fair, what are some things you have them doing?
Well, I'll tell you what. So they're prepared. I mean, they have their elevator pitch down. Their resumes are tight. They know that they need to follow up. What I need them to do is bring me back 5 contacts from that career fair. I want to know that they're out there and they're mingling.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that Dave kind of honed in on today. David, should I say, kind of honed in on today when he spoke to the class.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're going to go, be prepared in advance, but also, you know, make sure you interact and meet some people. Yeah.
I think one of the best pieces of advice I got related to getting business cards and contacts is after you leave an event to take the business card and write down some of the information that you learned about that person that you met. Because how many times I have and I don't throw away any of the business cards that I collect unless I get more than one of the same one.
Okay.
But there are cards that I have that I don't remember where I met this person or how I interacted with them. But then there are others that I've taken the time to just write a few notes on the back, met them at the Temple Career Fair, had a conversation, mentioned that we had this thing in common, so that when I contact them, I can refer back to that information, jog their memory about how they met me.
Yes.
And now they're just like, oh yeah, now we already are familiar, even though we only met that one time.
Yeah, definitely great advice. Yeah. Definitely great advice. So, you know, speaking of great advice, today we have an incredible show on slate. We have Karen Ward and Michael Robinson of Temple University's Human Resources Department coming in to speak about the Temple University citywide career fair that will take place tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 18th?
Yes,
Tomorrow,
it
May
is.
18th, in the beautiful city of Philadelphia, North Philly. I believe, you know what, I'm going to let them speak about that when they come in.
Okay.
But yeah, they'll be here today. I think there's a reason why I think you're going to make a really good connection when you come in to when our guests arrive. There's a reason, and I'll point it out when our guests arrive.
Okay.
So
I'm starting to guess, but I'm gonna leave it.
No, I don't want you to start guessing. You're pretty intelligent.
Right.
You might
Alberta's in the
just
building.
get-
Yay! Sorry for. No.
Hurting your
Don't
ears,
be
honey.
sorry. Don't be sorry. It's all right. It's all right.
Hey, folks.
So AB, we was just chatting it up.
I heard you. I heard you live. I love it. I
Yeah.
love hearing it on the other side. And yes, we did miss you, Tiffany.
I
We did.
did.
Even Will did. He doesn't want to admit it, but he did.
Tiff is back from her birthday.
Don't be having these people out here thinking that I was out there partying like that. I was working hard on behalf of my employer on TV. Yeah, right. If that was the case, I'd be rich right now, and I probably wouldn't be here. Okay, but I would be because I always want to
Yes,
get
you
back to the
would.
people.
Yes, you would.
I would still come back.
That's right. I know you would.
Oh my goodness.
It's been a really hectic week. I think, you know, with the PHL event was Tuesday.
Did you go?
I did not go. My Tuesday was so hectic. I don't even want to get into it.
Don't get
But
into
it involves car issues and
Don't do it.
just maintenance and
Don't do it.
So I'll get upset if I start speaking about that
Yeah,
whole
no,
situation.
no,
But
you're
yeah, so I
upset.
won't get into that.
Well, they're supposed to report back to us about how it went at the,
Yeah,
that's the
I have some people
DHL
that-
airport.
I have some people that went out and they told me they
Okay.
had a real positive experience. They connected with some great employers, and I'm just kind of waiting to hear about all these success stories.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that'll be a really good look for us. You know what? I want to, before I get too far into this, I want to shout out an every week listener, Miss T from South Philly. Miss Tanya, man, she listens and listens weekly. Always, taps into our social media feeds and just kind of lets us know that she's listening
out
and we're
there.
doing a good job. So I'm so appreciative of you. Thank you so very much for tuning in. But we do have some loyal listeners. I'm actually looking through now, and I see my man Scott is on from LA. Tommy D, Bronx, New York City. He's on as well. So we're just gonna keep it moving. It's the Career Seeker Show here on WPPM, LP Philadelphia. Check us out on our social media feed. We broadcast live at the East Coast Executives Facebook fan page. Also, you can hit us up. I believe Tiff South is broadcasting live at the Four Corners.
I'm on Instagram at Tiff South Instagram.
She's on IG at Tiff South.
Yes.
And you can hit her up on all her social media feeds at Tiff South.
Yes.
You can check out at Alberta Recruits on Twitter, at KL Johnson Info on Twitter. This is what we do. We want your questions. We need your questions. All we want to do is give you the best information for job and career search that you could possibly find anywhere. And that's our purpose out here, right?
Yeah.
Every day.
Loving it.
At work,
Doing it.
outside of work, that our goal is just to keep helping people.
So it's interesting. Tiff and I were speaking prior to you coming in, AB, about onboarding.
Ah.
And it was a very short conversation, but your comment makes me believe that you have some.
There's a
some-
longer conversation
Yeah,
there.
there's a longer conversation that can take place there. So you came in at the exact right time for us to continue this conversation. For our listeners that aren't familiar with onboarding, if one of you guys, AB, if you want to share with the listeners what onboarding actually is, we'd appreciate it.
Well, sure. And now remember, my perspective is from the corporate arena.
That's the perspective we want.
That's right. So I know that smaller companies do it a little bit different. Sometimes it's also called orientation, but at my company we differentiate. So onboarding is when you submit documents and sign up for your payroll and all that other good stuff to get you into the system in order to start your first day. Then, either before your first day, on your first day, your first week, your first 2 weeks, your month is part of the more of onboarding and orientation, acclimate you to the company. We have a lot of online learning that we sign you up for. We make sure you meet all the people, take you to lunch. And people at your work site or within your team take you to lunch.
So basically, you have a new job.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get you ready to
Into
work.
the yeah. Hopefully to get you as much as you can hit the ground running. Obviously, with a new company and new people, it's hard to do that. New processes, policies, whatever.
You know,
but-
Tiff is running through her intern season.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So we had 22 very talented people join us at the
All
firm.
same day?
All same. Well, one person will be joining us next
Okay,
week.
but still, it's a
But
lot of
it's
people.
a lot of people, 15 in our local office, and the others are throughout our other offices. And it really has someone who has been able to go through that process as an intern for the firm that I currently work at.
Yeah, that's
To
right.
be able to plan this process, it really gives you a whole new appreciation for the entire experience, because so much effort and thought goes in from the company's perspective to make sure that you are integrating these new employees into your fold, into your family, into your culture. And I mean, everything from making sure that everybody has name tags,
Right.
to making sure that everyone knows where they need to be at a certain time, to making sure that someone has lunch if there are dietary restrictions, like all
Right.
of these
Oh, wow.
types of things
Oh yeah.
go into the thing that we do. And I think every company, every position, it varies generally speaking, but I think every company wants their employee to know that we're happy to have you, and here's how we're doing our best to make sure we welcome you into the fold. So that's what the last several weeks have been about, preparing for me for that process, and now getting the interns kind of rolled into their summer at the firm. So hopefully they'll have a successful one.
Now, do you still do everything high touch, meaning in person and emails, or do you do it? So we do a lot of our stuff online.
Okay. We do 2 days of in-person.
That's great.
And then we've started to integrate a bit of a online learning environment for different aspects that people might need to follow up on.
Sure.
A little, like learning how to enter their time into the system or things like that they may have seen for a few minutes on the first day, but just don't remember how to do it by Friday.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we try to do, and then there are people at everyone's, office that make sure that they check on them. We have every intern has 3 mentors, throughout
Different levels.
different levels, different kind of touch points. So, just to make sure that they always know that they're supported throughout the entire process and to make them kind of feel like they have the opportunity to be successful.
And they know where to go.
And
get
they know where to go.
answers for
And if
different
not,
things.
I tell them, if you can't figure out who to ask, you ask me and I'll get you.
That's
I'll
right,
get you
that's
to the
right,
person
I
that you
know,
need
yeah,
to get to.
Nice.
So,
Right, yeah.
Trust me,
So-
I try to reach out to Tiffany. Good luck. Good luck.
Whatever.
So, I was reading an article in Inc. magazine, right? And I think we shared this on the Career Seekers Twitter feed, but it was want to get hired, 8 things every interviewer is thinking that most job candidates never consider, right? So it's
let's see
basically
if I'm
you're
getting
interviewing somebody and you're thinking this, but they're not thinking that you're thinking this. So does that make sense to
Yeah.
everybody?
Yes.
Listeners,
Yeah.
are you following?
Hopefully.
The number one thing, right, was I hope I like you. So
you
it's
want to like the
out.
person.
So exactly. So
Yeah.
so David
Yeah.
and Ed were speaking about this today. They were saying David and Ed are representatives of BDT, Benefits Data
Oh,
Trust,
okay.
and they came to my Connect to Work class today.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they were saying to the class, we brought you in to interview. We want you to do well. We want to hire you. So we want to like you. So I think, to your point, like, I hope I like you.
Absolutely.
And it's one of those things. So,
Yeah, and you just have to, it's like, interviewers don't want people to fail.
Right.
Because if anything, let me not say that, because I think there might be some instances where people go into the interview trying to weed people out of the process.
Right,
But,
and
what I
they
mean?
ask ridiculous
And they
questions.
ask ridiculous questions,
yeah.
they want to see you try and sweat and things
Yeah.
like that. But I
That's-
think for the most part,
That's- that's
the
me.
hope
That's
is...
you?
Yes,
No, you-
well, think
How
about
does
this.
Let's
Make it pass.
unpack that for us.
Tiffany,
I will unpack.
we made it.
We made it, so we passed it.
And will too.
I
so-
will unpack it. As a third-party recruiter,
Okay.
I can't run the risk of having the wrong candidate come through.
Yeah, that makes
Oh,
sense.
you
Because
have to,
I'll lose
yes.
a client on
Yes.
that. Like one bad interview,
Absolutely.
I never will
That's
see this
it.
client again.
That's
So
right. Oh, so
So
you're,
your vetting process has to be
I
ready.
have to weed
Yes.
you out. I
That
have to
makes
try
I
to
can
weed
see
you
that.
out.
That
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
But you're not going to ask kind of a ridiculous
No,
question,
no,
are
but
you?
I don't
You're
do
gonna-
ridiculous well.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna.
You're not setting them up for failure.
I'm not
That's
saying,
it.
I
Right.
personally want them to be successful.
Yeah.
I want the first person to be the candidate, but I
Right.
want to end the search.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so-
Exactly.
But I really
You
have
can't
to
just
be
take everybody.
thorough in my process. Yeah. And
Absolutely.
you're looking at resumes, but that's all it is. It's a resume. Hiring is so much more than the resume when they get in front of people. And a lot
Yeah.
of times, when you recruit from our desks, prime example, we place somebody with a client in San Francisco, but I never met this person. So we're just having phone conversations,
Yeah.
maybe a Skype call, but how do I really know who you are? Like
It's
usually when
true.
people get in front of you, yeah, and if she goes in and blows this,
Yeah.
then I'm the guy from the East Coast that didn't deliver.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
And I don't
It's
want to
true.
be that guy, so,
It's true.
and we were supporting that client in San Francisco, LA, Chicago, Miami, and New York City. So it was a huge account. I need people to be on point.
Yeah.
But she got the job, and
Excellent.
yeah, we still
Good.
know
Well,
everything
well.
is good.
Yeah.
So question 2, well, the second thing, I hope you ask questions that are important to you. People always just ask a general question,
They absolutely do.
and
Or
they won't ask a question about their actual job responsibilities.
at all.
So
Or,
their
and you
interest.
get to, you even try to prompt it out of them, all right, do you have any questions? And I hate, no.
That is the
No,
worst.
it's good. You
It's
answered
such a
everything.
You
missed
answered everything.
opportunity.
Yeah.
It's such a missed
Yes.
opportunity because all that shows to me and to the interviewer is that you're not thinking. Like you could be very burnt out, which is very possible by the end, but you better come up with something. It's anything that
Yeah.
sounds a little bit thoughtful.
Because if you can't be a little involved or ask a question about anything
Yeah.
to me, then why would I want to pass you along to the
Exactly.
hiring manager?
Exactly.
So I'm floating through,
Mhm.
and number 6 is I hope you bring a project. Now, here's one of the things we've been coaching candidates on as of late. Coming into the interview with your 30, 60, 90-day plan.
Yeah.
So coming
Yeah.
in basically with
Yeah.
a plan, not
Talking about
necessarily
the
a
size
project
plan.
there, but a project for your own success, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's an impressive way to kind of engage and I guess endear yourself to a hiring manager, especially somebody that, like, so in AB, in your case, you're probably one of the initial points of contact, and not
Absolutely
the.
right, yeah.
And then you need to send this person on to someone else.
Correct.
So if they hit you with something like that, you're like, you know what, that's great, because you understand that the hiring manager is going to want
It's
to hear
gonna
that.
be all
Yeah.
over that,
Right.
yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and you may even be willing to coach them on kind of how to fine tune it.
Yeah, if we
If they're
make
the
a
right
connection,
candidate,
and
yeah,
it
exactly.
might just be on the phone, but if we make a connection, I'm gonna wanna then do a little bit more to help you.
Exactly.
And because to your point, we wanna fill that job.
Exactly. The sooner the better.
Exactly.
We would love
Yeah.
the first candidate to be the one that we
Sure.
can just kind of
Yeah.
smooth sail through.
And I'm sure, I'm sure in your environment, you have time to fill metrics and things of that nature
Absolutely, yeah,
that you guys
absolutely.
pay attention to.
Yeah, yeah.
sure.
But to your point, what you're just saying, so I attended an employment panel last night for the item, the Inclusive Technology
Oh,
Entrepreneur
yeah, how was
Movement. It was
that?
great. And it was 3 young ladies who were in the tech industry and how they've pivoted and went to different roles and what they've done. But one of the key points, all 3 of them agreed wholeheartedly, especially when you're in the tech world, bring your project with you to the interview.
Yeah.
Bring it with you, even if someone doesn't, not the first person, but maybe somebody is gonna ask, show me what you can do. Because anybody can talk a good game,
Yeah.
but
You have proof.
especially in a developer world or in the, data analytics, they wanna see what you can do.
You have that
So,
proof.
Yeah.
so speaking of projects and bringing projects with you,
Sorry.
we're gonna bounce around the city real quick. We do this every week. Changes are coming though, but we do this every week. It's the Career Seeker Show live on WPPMLP Philadelphia. This is the point in the show where we give you information on upcoming events. We will start with Alberta Bertolino, and then we will go to
Hi,
myself,
Chris.
and
I
then
know
we'll
you just
circle
logged
back
on.
and holler at Tiffany Southerland. So, AB,
All right,
Talk to 'em.
South Philly. The library, as I've been bringing up every week, I've been looking for other locations. I haven't heard from any listeners. If you know something else in South Philly area, I'm happy to talk about it here. Anyway, Broad and Morris, the South Philly Library.
South Philly.
So on Saturday at 10 o'clock, they have a whole program on resumes and jobs. So
Oh, that's this Saturday?
That's
Yeah.
this Saturday at 10 o'clock. That's right. But then the rest of the week, but before that, tomorrow is an open computer lab. Saturday, resumes and jobs, like I mentioned, it's create a resume or bring your own in for critique. Learn to maximize your online job searching. Open computer lab. It's almost every day for an hour. You go in, someone will be there, one-on-one assistance if you need the assistance. Computer basics, then there's another one for Microsoft Word. That's a huge thing. We all do our documents in that resume, so that's next Tuesday at 10 o'clock. But just go on the Philly Library website and you can search by location, and then you search by events and adult. That's how I usually find the things that I talk about here.
Yeah.
Then we got South Jersey. I'm going to stick in Camden because we have a lot from the workforce development link. So tomorrow, 5:18, acing the job interview. It's a review of typical interview questions and answers and other formats to develop your answers. The attendees will be given an opportunity to participate in a mock interview. That's at 9:30 tomorrow morning till 11, so it's an hour and a half, 2600 Mount Ephraim Avenue, Suite 102. Then we also have LinkedIn 101. I'm curious. I would like to go just to see what they do in here. But that's tomorrow afternoon from 1:30 to 3, also at that 2600 Mount Ephraim. Learn the basics of using LinkedIn, find out how to register, build a profile, job search, building your network. And also, key thing, I attended a cybersecurity, and this is how to modify privacy.
Where do you find the time? You are attending things like crazy. I love it. You know what? This is why we have the best information that you can find anywhere, because we out here in the streets, basically. Alberta is attending events every hour on the hour.
I don't know about that. I do have a job that I got to do. But thank you for that. Yeah. Then next Tuesday, the 23rd, is a veterans workshop. So important. 10:30 to 11:30 in the morning. 2600 Mount Ephraim. Job search, networking, discussion group for veterans who are seeking employment. So important. Go, go, go. Then later that afternoon, same location, top-notch resume again. building out your resume, different resume formats, how to detail your accomplishments, achievements, an effective summary. And then they're going to talk also about a cover letter and references. So that is interesting. Then, since it's on next Wednesday, the 24th, there's a job fair for Durand Inc. They're looking for people who serve individuals with special needs. So it's a community job fair. You have to be 18 years of age, a valid driver's license, clean criminal record. So you can contact that's durandac.org careers, and that's at the Cherry Hill Public Library.
Hey, Will, is that the Ram from down your way? No?
Probably
Probably not. Probably
Probably
not.
not.
Not related?
Probably not.
Yo, Gee, I got him from here right now. Northwest Philly. It's the Career Link out there. Germantown and Price. May 18th from 10:30 to 12:15. This is the do's and don'ts of resumes. After that, at 11 o'clock on May 18th, they're going to do social media for professional image. I'm trying to slow this down. Jay, you told me I was talking too fast. I heard you.
Oh,
I'm going
geez,
to slow it
okay.
down. Let's go.
All right.
Ace the interview, May 18th from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. Hands on LinkedIn, May 18th, 1:30 to 3 o'clock. Once again, this is Germantown, Price Street, the Career Link. Let's get it. Job search online, May 19th from 11 to 12. And this one session right here is just titled Attitude. Right? The workshop provides tools to maintain a positive attitude.
Okay,
That takes place May 19th from 2 to 3 o'clock. Career Link, Germantown,
excellent.
North Philly, where you at? E-resumes for online applications, 5th and Bristol on May 18th, 9 to 10 a.m. Legal issues for employment, May 19th from 1:30 to 3:30. Writing effective cover letters, May 19th at 2 o'clock. That goes until 3:30. And then we are going to step to Northeast Philadelphia. No, I'm sorry. We're going to step to Northeast Philadelphia. I am right. And we're going to talk about this patient service rep opportunity. JEVS, in conjunction with Orleans Technical College, is looking for patient service reps. It's a new 6-month career training program. And if you want to learn more about that or request some information, go out there Thursday the 18th at 10 a.m. to Orleans Tech. That's at 2770 Red Line Road in Northeast Philadelphia. We covering the city right now.
JEVS is a great organization too, JEVS. Maybe we
Yes.
should maybe get some people. And I apologize for laughing, listeners. Kenneth is tossing aside. You can't see it from the angle, but it's quite a little thing.
The studio is a mess right now. All right?
So
Tiff.
speaking of JEVS, I'm gonna go a little bit in reverse order, but just because that's what was most recently mentioned. On Friday the 19th, that's this Friday, from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. There's an interview preparation and practice strategy session that's at 2100 Arch Street, the 4th floor, and that is hosted by JEVS Career Strategy.
JEVS.
Going back to what's happening tomorrow, which is Thursday the 18th, at 1617 JFK Boulevard, I'm highlighting a few of the great opportunities that are offered at this Career Link site. But if you are interested, you can go to pacareerlinkphl.org. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., do's and don'ts of resumes. Never get enough of that. If they do this very often, do it every week, please take a chance to go see that. At 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., network to find a job. How do you maximize the relationships that you have in order to possibly get a job opportunity? And that's at 1617 JFK. At 2 p.m., there's a conversation about social media and the professional image. What do you need to do to make sure your professional image looks a certain way and presents a certain way when you are online and on your social media? And moving over to West Philly on the 19th, this is at 3901 Market Street from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Hands on LinkedIn. Alberta talked about something that was happening on LinkedIn. Get your LinkedIn game up. LinkedIn has changed so much in the last couple years.
All three of us mentioned it. So
It has changed so much, and I'm still learning how to there's a bunch of new features on there, so if you do not know how to use LinkedIn, that is okay. A lot of people are just learning and get familiar.
Well, we should all show up at a LinkedIn event and just sit in on the training.
I think we
See
should.
what
I was
we're
actually
talking
thinking
about.
about that, and then
Seriously.
and even doing an episode on ourselves,
Right.
just walking through some steps to build something up like that.
Yeah.
So this is Friday. That's Friday, the 19th, from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. at West Philly, 3901 Market Street. And going back to 1617 JFK, also on Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., a community partner of CareerLink is doing a career wardrobe session. So come in, learn how to dress to impress for your interviews, and be prepared to look your best.
I'm sure
to
they show
get
you
your
what
next
not to wear
opportunity.
either.
That is a
right?
very,
Yeah.
very important
Yeah.
thing to learn. So that's what we got. And then last but not least, the Early Childhood Education Center and Opportunities Fair is hosted by the Mayor's Office of Education on Thursday the 18th. That's tomorrow from 4:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. There is an Opportunities Fair at 1500 Market Street. So go there if you can. If you're interested
Absolutely.
in early
People,
education
good
opportunities.
information. Oh my goodness.
That's a lot of information.
Chock full of stuff going
That's
on.
a lot of stuff. You know, I was walking through 1500 today. I actually went through Dilworth Plaza today. So that's going to be my new place to just kind of decompress. There were a ton of toddlers running through the water spring.
Isn't it the cutest thing?
Yeah,
It's
that was
amazing to
beautiful.
see.
Oh,
And
I hate
kids
not
from-
being in the
Kids looking like from all parts of the city, like they're just all shades and sizes and colors, and they're just having a great time. It
I
is the
see baby
cutest
geese.
thing.
Does that count?
No, that's not the same.
Not
I'm getting jealous.
Come on one Saturday and watch the people watching is awesome down there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
nice
yeah.
to see people, and it's nice to see what they've done to Dilworth Plaza.
Oh,
It's
sure.
an amazing
Yeah.
transformation.
Yes, it was
Billy
good
Penn
look.
is getting done now.
Really?
Next. Yeah, they're gonna clean them up, apparently.
I was looking at.
That's on
Yes.
top of City Hall, though.
Yeah, he's a dusty guy up there.
I was looking at one of the. There was a sign there, and they do. It's like a training Thursdays or something of that nature, and you can actually go get a workout
Oh, yeah,
at Dilworth.
Yeah.
You know what, Tiff? You're
I was about to
the
say,
one that most frequently works out, I would imagine.
I
Here.
might have to try and see what that's. I have to
Let us
observe it
know.
first before I just go down there with my spandex on, trying to work out. I can't just do that.
I don't want to see you out there playing in the water, pushing
No,
little kids.
no, I won't do that. I won't do that. I won't
Get
do
out the
that.
way. Get out the way.
And I can't be messing around with no water anyway. Not with his hair.
She did say that
She,
before.
you know what? She did make a point to inform us that
Absolutely.
there's
I get
certain
it.
things
Get it.
she's not willing to venture into.
Not at all. No
So,
submersion.
astounding.
No submersion.
All right, so listen, let's take a quick break. We'll come back after the break. We'll speak a little bit about this career fair at Temple University. It's the Career Seeker Show live on WPPMLP Philadelphia.
Stay with us.